everyone, it's Laurie from Cook Scrap Craft. Welcome back to the channel. So if you were here looking for my normal Tuesday process video, I didn't post one this week because I've got a whole bunch of process videos coming up for you today and I think tomorrow or on Friday maybe. So yeah, my Tuesday one is like a Wednesday one this week because I'm doing the Off the Board with Pineapple Papers challenge again this month. Every month we pick something from our Pinterest board to inspire us on our layouts. So I, in keeping in the spirit of the season, was inspired by this Halloween card by Patricia Roebuck. She still is scrapbooking. She has a YouTube channel that I just discovered. It's always fun to go back and look at some of the old scrapbook stuff that I saved and see how everybody had blogs back then. That was really where the scrapbooking community was 20 years ago. And now everybody's kind of moved to YouTube, where some people are just not scrapbooking anymore at all. So I'm glad to see that Patricia is still participating in the scrapbooking hobby, and I am excited to finally put this card to use because it's been on my Pinterest board for a really long time. So for the card, I was inspired by the spider web, and I thought I had a spider web stamp, but when I went to look at my Halloween stamps, I did not have a spiderweb stamp, nor do I have a cut file machine to cut a spiderweb stamp, to cut a spiderweb. So I decided to use the stamps that I did have. I had a spider, and then I added the word spooky and a bat, and I just kind of stamped them to make my own patterned paper background. And I just used regular white cardstock, nothing special. I didn't go all the way across the page, because I'm not going to use this as my main background. I'm actually going to use this big circular toy box and trace a big circle and cut it out very wonkily, I should say, because the pencil didn't make very good lines, and I'm not very good at cutting out circles by hand, but I did the best that I could, and whatever, it's Halloween, things are always a little wonky. So I cut a circle out of that, and then the rest of that scrap paper I'm going to punch smaller circles out of and use them for something else. So I was able to punch out just some of the stamped spiders and do larger circles with more of the the word and the bat in them. So I'll use them. Maybe I'll make a Halloween card. I don't know, or maybe I'll use them on another layout. But now I have them, so none of that went to waste. What I'm doing here is just adding some splatter. I used 2 colors of Shimmer's misting spray. They were both purple, and I'm going to reach for the colors right now to see if I can tell you what they are. You only saw me do 1, but I actually went back and added 2 because I just felt like I wasn't getting enough from the first color. So I used Plum Pudding and Grape Escape, and I don't know if either one of those are still available because I've had them for so long, but they're still really great for splattering even if the stoppers are clogged. So now I'm ready. I let that dry overnight, and now I'm ready to put down or adhere down the circle, my little pattern paper circle. And the funny thing with this is that I don't have a photo. So I don't do this often, but sometimes it is helpful if you kind of have an idea of something you're going to do, an event you're going to, and you can kind of plan ahead what kind of photo you're going to get. You can scrapbook a page in advance and then just add a photo later. So I made a note to myself on that little white scrap piece of paper that I just gently taped down that I need a 4x6 printed photo that I will cut to a circle. So my goal for this page is to actually, once we get to, there's a trunk or treat going on this weekend. So once we go to that, I will take a photo of my kiddo at the trunk or treat, and I will add that to this. The little pieces at the bottom, I was still kind of inspired by the overall design of the card. So, there were splatters on the back of the card. You can still see it's up there, so that's why I have splatters on the back of my page. Her card is like a gray cardstock. Mine's like a light purple, but it is a solid color. And then she's got some embellishments layered up at the bottom of the page. So I went in, I didn't have a whole lot of longish Halloween stuff, but I had some Harry Potter embellishments in my stash. I have a lot of Harry Potter stuff, so I really hope we get to go to Universal over the summer, next summer, as we are planning, so that we can take some photos at Harry Potter World, and I can use all those papers and product. So I pulled some things of the Harry Potter. One says Mischief, one says Magical Memories, and then there's a broom. It could be a witch's broom. It doesn't have to be a Quidditch broom, and none of it is specifically Harry Potter. It could just be you know, witchy, Halloween, whatever. And then around the photo, I am adding a couple stickers. So I've got like a candelabra, and I've got 2 circles that have witches on them. I really liked adding circles to the circle background and the circle photo. And then I've got a cat, and the cat's going to stick on top of the photo as well. So I left some of the backing there just so that it didn't get stuck to the white scrap paper cardstock. And yeah, and then I'm drawing a hand-drawn border, which is also something that is on the original card. And I love the way hand-drawn borders look. I just love them so much. And then my other goal is to add some sequins. I have a very old sequins mix. I believe it was called Pandemonium, and it was from Cheeky Studio. So this was a really long time ago. And it was a panda themed collection, which was right up my alley. So the sequins are all like green, translucent, and black. And I thought those would be the perfect colors for a Halloween layout. So I'm just going to lay them out. I am going to do 3, you can't really see because the card is covering it up, but I'm going to do like 3 sequins in a row at the very top of the page just to give a little bit of something visual there, because everything else is kind of more toward the middle and the bottom. But I always like, if I do a hand-drawn border, I always like to add something like enamel dots or Nuvo drops to that line that I've drawn. And now I need to make my layout. So I went into my alpha stash and pulled out some really, really old stuff. So those trick words, I'm pretty sure I could have found them. I don't think I got them at the Target dollar spot. They might be like basic gray or something. It's one of those scrapbook manufacturers who isn't around anymore, unfortunately. And then the little or stickers are very old, making memories. But I love having mini alpha stickers around. I just love playing around with the different sizes of words, especially if you're doing like a, or the, and I don't want that to be so big. I don't want to use up the big alphas on like blah words. So I like having the mini alphas for that. And then the other set of letters to make the word treat, those I think came from my mom. I'm not always into the way, like they've got those little balls at the ends of or at the end of the letters. I'm not always a fan of the way that looks. I think that's very like old school, like 1995 sometimes, but I kind of liked it for this because I thought it kind of gave it sort of a Halloween feel, if you will, maybe. Just bear with me there. So now I just have to adhere everything. So the stickers, the making memories, and then those black stickers for treat, those are just regular stickers. But the word trick, those are chipboard pieces, and they are not self-adhesive. But I like them because they're nice and big, and I also liked them because the letters in the center you could punch out and then use those too. So that was really cool, and that's one of the reasons that I have them in my stash. I might have to get rid of them because I don't have a whole lot of letters left over. Like I have no A's or E's. I don't think I have any O's. I was surprised I could even make the word trick. But anyway, so I'm just making that word kind of go along the curve up in the left-hand side. Since the photo's down on the right-hand side, I'm just playing with that diagonal there a little bit. And I'm using red tape to stick that chipboard down. So that's pretty much going to be it. I'm not adding any journaling yet because I don't know what I will be journaling or what I want to. I have a plan for the photo. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. But if you want to see what everybody else is doing for the Off the Board Challenge this month, go to the description box below and it'll take you to everybody who is playing along, and you can see what it has been inspiring them from their Pinterest boards. So this is going to do it for me. If you haven't clicked subscribe, please do so you don't miss out on when other process videos are coming up. Leave me a comment below if you have any questions or comments about the techniques or products that I used in this video, and give it a thumbs up, follow me on social media. I'd love to connect with you there, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!